The dawn of AI. In a small town called Maplewood, life was simple and quiet. People did their work, kids went to school, and everyone helped each other. But things began to change one day when a company called FutureTech opened a new office in the center of town. They brought with them something very new and exciting: artificial intelligence, or AI. At first, people didn't know what AI was. They heard the words, but didn't understand what they meant. One day, the town's mayor, Mr. Thompson, decided to visit FutureTech to learn more. He met with the company's manager, Ms. Green, who was happy to explain. AI is like a very smart computer, Ms. Green said. It can learn, think, and help us in many ways. It can answer questions, make decisions, and even do some of our work. Mr. Thompson was curious. How can AI help us here in Maplewood? He asked. Ms. Green smiled. AI can help in many ways, she replied. For example, we can use AI to make traffic lights smarter so there are fewer traffic jams. We can use it in the hospital to help doctors find problems faster. It can also help farmers grow more food by giving them advice based on the weather. The mayor liked these ideas and decided to introduce AI to the town. He called a meeting at the town hall and invited everyone to learn about AI. People gathered, curious and excited. At the meeting, Ms. Green showed the townspeople how AI worked. She explained that AI could help them in their daily lives. Imagine a robot that cleans your house while you are at work, she said. Or a smart assistant that reminds you of your appointments and even orders groceries for you. People were amazed. They started asking questions. Mrs. Lopez, the town's teacher, wondered if AI could help her teach her students better. Yes, Ms. Green answered. AI can create personalized lessons for each student based on what they need to learn. Mr. Davis, who ran the grocery store, asked if AI could help him. AI can help you manage your stock, Ms. Green explained. It can tell you what products are selling well and which ones are not. It can even predict what people might need next week. The more people learned about AI, the more they saw its potential. Soon, AI was everywhere in Maplewood. There were small robots cleaning the streets, smart assistants helping people at home, and new AI programs at the school and hospital. Emma, a young girl in Maplewood, was fascinated by all of this. Her father worked as a mechanic, and one day, he brought home a small AI robot named Max. Max was designed to help with repairs. Emma loved Max from the moment she saw him. He was small, friendly, and could talk like a human. Max quickly became part of their family. He helped Emma with her homework, reminding her of things she needed to study. He also helped Emma's father in his workshop, showing him the best way to fix cars and even suggesting improvements. Emma noticed that life in Maplewood was changing. The streets were cleaner and traffic moved smoothly. People seemed happier and less stressed. Farmers had better crops, and the hospital was helping patients faster than before. But not everyone was happy about the changes. Mr. Brown, who owned a small bookshop, worried that AI would take away jobs. What if robots start doing everything? He said to his friend, Mrs. Kim. Will there be any work left for us? Mrs. Kim, who owned a bakery, was also worried. I like the way I bake my bread, she said. What if a robot tries to take over my kitchen? Emma heard these worries and felt confused. AI had made her life better, but she understood why people were afraid. She decided to visit Ms. Green at Future Tech to ask her about it. Ms. Green, Emma said, some people in town are worried that AI will take away their jobs. Is that true? Ms. Green smiled kindly. I understand their worry, Emma, she said. AI can do many things, but it's here to help, not replace people. AI can take over repetitive and boring tasks, but humans will always be needed for creativity, care, and decision-making. AI can work alongside people to make their jobs easier and more enjoyable. Emma nodded, feeling a bit better. She thanked Ms. Green and decided to talk to Mr. Brown and Mrs. Kim. She explained that AI could help them, not replace them. AI can help you find the right books for your customers, Mr. Brown, she said. And Mrs. Kim, it can help you find new recipes or manage your orders more easily. They listened, still unsure but willing to give it a try. Emma hoped that everyone would soon see how AI could be a friend, not a threat. After Emma's talk, Mr. Brown and Mrs. Kim decided to give AI a chance. Mr. Brown installed a small AI assistant in his bookshop. The AI quickly learned the customers' favorite books and even suggested new ones they might like. Mr. Brown was surprised to see more people visiting his shop, happy with the AI's suggestions. Meanwhile, Mrs. Kim used AI to help her manage her bakery. The AI suggested new recipes based on the season and even helped with her orders. She found that she had more time to focus on creating special treats and interacting with her customers. Around the town, AI continued to make life easier. The farmers were growing bigger and healthier crops, and the hospital was able to provide faster and more accurate care. People started to realize that AI wasn't here to take their jobs, but to help them work smarter. One day, Future Tech decided to host a community event. They invited everyone to come and share their experiences with AI. Emma, her father, Mr. Brown, Mrs. Kim, and many others joined the event. They shared how AI had made their lives better, and even those who had doubts at first spoke about how it had helped them. Ms. Green took the stage and said, AI is like a tool, just like a hammer or a computer. It can help us if we use it wisely. It is here to make our lives easier, not to replace us. Emma looked around and saw the smiles on everyone's faces. She realized that AI had brought new opportunities and possibilities to their town. Maplewood had embraced the future, and life was better for it. This story shows us that new technology, like AI, can seem scary at first, but it often brings new ways to make life easier and more interesting if we are open to it.